What's good, YouTube? It's your man Rage King back with another one. Yes, another upload to the channel. And before we get started, I ask if you'll please go down there and hit that like button, hit that sub button, and hit that bell for notifications if you're new. Welcome to Rage Rants TV. This is how we do. Rage and Rebels make some noise. And if you're new to the crew, welcome to the Rage and Rebel Revolution. Now let's vibe beyond. In today's video, I wanted to share something with y'all. I wanted to discuss something with y'all. I wanted to open up my mind to y'all real quick. So I had a quick theory. Now, as it pertains to this theory, excuse me for getting tongue-tied, I wanted to talk about not only the Houston Rockets this season, but the Houston Rockets going forward in the future. Now, as DeMarcus Cousins has been released from the Houston Rockets, or is planning to be released, I got to thinking of something. With that release of DeMarcus Cousins, the release of DeMarcus Cousins is yet another domino to fall and what is the full rebuild of the Houston Rockets. And y'all, I'm sorry to say, at least as of right now, as it pertains to the Houston Rockets, I don't think that this rebuild is just going to be a one-year thing. Like, we're going to be down bad for 1 year, and then we're going to be right back into it right after this. I honestly think that this rebuild is going to last at least 2 to 3 seasons, at the very least. And here's why. As you look at your screen right here, you see these names right here. Sterling Brown, DeMarcus Cousins, Dante Exum, Ben McLemore, David Nwaba, Victor Oladipo, Justin Patton, P.J. Tucker. Why are those names important? All of those names are Houston Rockets players that are under contract with us for this season and this season only. After this season, all of these guys are all unrestricted free agents. You understand what I'm saying? All of these guys are unrestricted free agents. And I did some math too. The Rockets have a total cap hit as far as their contract situation goes. The Rockets have $126 million locked up in active contracts. The total cap of the team is $128 million. They have $126 million tied up in contracts. Listen to these, as the names I just named, listen to these contracts that are coming off the books after this season. Victor Oladipo, $21 million. Dante Exum, $11 million. P.J. Tucker, $8 million. Ben McLemore, $2 million. Sterling Brown, $1.5 million. David Nwaba, $1.2 million. Boogie Cousins, $2 million. You add all that up, right? That is a total, give or take a few two-way contracts. That is a total of around $46.7 million. It's probably a little bit more than that, but that is almost $50 million that the Houston Rockets are saving in cap space, going into next season. It would be more had John Wall not being on the contract that he's under. He's gonna be after next season, not after this season, but after next season, he's gonna be a free agent. Well, he has the option to be. So what I'm saying is that this team is not going to be a team that is just going to be down bad for one season, then we're going to bounce back and be competitive. No. This rebuild is we are taking the very foundation that was the Houston Rockets. We are tearing it down and we are building another one. We are building a new team. It's a new team, whole new GM, whole new regime, whole new owner. It's going to be Fertitta's way or no way. Now, as you see with the 2021 NBA free agents coming up, you got some guys that are coming up in the free agency, but it is not nearly the star power that it was, say, last free agency, like it was when, say, LeBron was last a free agent. When Kevin Durant was last a free agent, Kyrie. You understand what I'm saying? It's not nearly the star power in this free agency that were in years past. You understand what I'm saying? Look at the guys that they have upcoming free agents. And you tell me any of these guys that are going to want to come to Houston, and if they were to sign to Houston, make them an automatic championship contender this next season, after this season. Dennis Schroeder, y'all think he going to come to Houston and make them a championship contender right away? No, not by himself. Otto Porter Jr.? No. Duncan Robinson? No, I don't think so. Devontae Graham? Come on now. Lonzo Ball? Tim Hardaway Jr.? Spencer Dinwiddie coming off an ACL injury. Y'all think he's going to come to Houston and make them a championship contender by himself? I don't think so. DeMar DeRozan, who I honestly said should go to the Bucks, should go to Miami. because I'd love to see, or even to the Denver Nuggets. I'd love to see what he do with those guys there too. Do you think he's going to come to Houston with just Christian Wood and then turn them into a championship contender? I highly doubt it. Mike Conley, I highly doubt it. Andre Drummond, all this is really going. Yeah, he gives us a big man, but does he turn us into a championship contender? I highly doubt it. You got Lauri Markkanen. I highly doubt that the Chicago Bulls are just going to let him go for absolutely nothing. But even if they were going to let him come to Houston and he signs to Houston, he doesn't make them a championship contender. Kelly Oubre Jr. is not going to get the job done. He's a good role player, but he's not going to be the guy that's going to put us over the edge. Excuse my cat in the background, y'all. Josh Richardson, another good role player, but is not going to turn the Rockets into a championship contender. Kyle Lowry, though he's already a champion, he's already had a tenure in Houston. He's past his prime. He's been as good as he's going to be. He's not going to get any better. And at this point, he's headed down the path of being a guy that can come off the bench and get the job done, no longer can play starters minutes. He's not going to turn us into a championship contender. Jared Allen can't do it, though he gives us a big body down low, which we most desperately need. He's not going to turn us into a championship contender. Victor Oladipo, a guy that's on our team, I don't see any reason why he resigns with the Houston Rockets when there are rumors of him going to Miami. And I'd love to see what him and Jimmy Butler would do on the same team with that Miami coach team. But I don't see him signing back with the Rockets because, I mean, hell, he's with us now and he doesn't turn us into a championship contender. Though he is very good, he doesn't turn the Rockets into a championship contender. He doesn't. John Collins, he's a great role player, doesn't turn the Rockets into a championship contender. You understand what I'm saying? Chris Paul, I doubt he ever signs back here. And even if he does Chris Paul take this team to the championship? No, I don't see. No, not at all. And then you got Drew Holiday, who's with the Bucks. Yeah, he's with the Bucks, but does he turn the Rockets into a championship contender? No, he doesn't. He doesn't. And then finally, everybody's favorite quiet man, everybody's favorite quiet cyborg, you got Kawhi Leonard. Does Kawhi Leonard sign with the Houston Rockets and only have Christian Wood to go with, to pair with and turn him into a championship contender? As great as Kawhi Leonard is, no, he would need more help than just having Christian Wood as his second option, even though Christian Wood is an excellent player. Now, I honestly don't see any reason why Kawhi doesn't sign back with the Clippers unless him and Paul George just have a complete falling out, which I don't see really happening right now. But you know what? Time does change a lot of things. Time changes everything if you allow it. But even if he were to leave the Clippers, I don't see him coming. I don't see him coming to the Houston Rockets. I see if he were to leave the Clippers, I see him either going to the Miami Heat or I could see him possibly signing in the signing trade with Dallas. I could possibly see him joining Giannis in Milwaukee if that was to be a sign and trade deal. I can only see that happening. I really don't see any reason why he would leave LA. Those are just the teams I would throw out there as to where he would go to if he weren't to re-sign with the Clippers. And then so you look at these, and then you also look at this right here. Look at these contracts right here. Christian Wood and Victor Oladipo, they're both injured right now. Christian Wood's supposed to be coming back, but you see the only real contract, the only real commitment we have to players right now is to John Wall, and that's just until 2023. You understand what I'm saying? Because he signed a Supermax deal with the Wizards before he got here. So with all that being said, you look at any man on this roster, look at this roster right now, you tell me, even if we were to re-sign any of these guys, if we were to re-sign an Eric Gordon, who we also have under contract, who I can honestly see the Rockets trying to get rid of if they absolutely can. I could see them possibly getting rid of in the offseason as well. Other than Eric Gordon and John Wall, who do we have on the team that's going to convince anyone to come, that's going to convince a superstar to come sign with us and make us a championship team? The reality is, guys, we are not a championship team and won't be a championship team for a very long time to come. And I'm guaranteeing you right now, if they can find a way to flip John Wall for some draft picks, they will do it. If they can find a way to get rid of Eric Gordon, just get rid of that contract to get back some expiring contracts in the process, they're going to do it. And they're going to let each and every last one of these guys go. The only guy that is safe in this offseason is Christian Wood if he can stay healthy. And to be honest with you, if they figure that they could upgrade from him for a guy that they know is going to be good, I could see it happening. But to be honest, if I'm the Houston Rockets, Christian Wood is the only guy that is safe on the Houston Rockets roster going forward. And I would sign him to a longer term deal if he could stay healthy as well. So in closing with the video, guys, this rebuild is not going to be one season. It's not going to be a one and done season that we're going to flip. and then just all of a sudden become championship contenders again. This rebuild is going to take a few seasons. It is. It's going to take a few seasons. That's just the nature of how it goes. The championship opportunity that we had was long gone a few seasons ago, and with the trading of James Harden and Russell Westbrook, which began with the trading of Robert Covington for a few draft picks, that was the beginning of the end of our championship championship aspirations. It's unfortunate that it ended without a championship or even a championship appearance, but that's just the way it goes sometimes. It's just the way it goes. So hopefully Fertitta and Rod Stone have something up their sleeve to turn this around as quickly as possible. But honestly, with the way Fertitta loves to save money, I don't see that happening right away. I just see that completely going through a complete rebuilding with draft picks and developing the talent that we get through the draft is going to be the way that they go. And if they get a chance to flip John Wall and get rid of this huge 4-year, $171 million contract and try to get rid of Eric Gordon's 4-year, $75 million contract, they're going to find a way to do it. If they can find a way to do it, you can consider those guys as good as gone. The only reason why Christian Wood would be safe is because he's only 25 years old, and he's got a very favorable contract for the type of talent that he has and possesses. That's my video for today, man. I hope y'all enjoyed. It's been a pleasure making it for y'all. My name is Rage King. I am out, and I'll be back later on with more videos, more commentary, more good content. Now, hashtag that enough said. Win, lose, or draw. Rebuild a championship. 82 wins in the season to no wins in the season. It's always go Rockets. See y'all next time, and God bless.